Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I am going to tell you different ways to iterate list. There are several ways to iterate a list. I have listed some of them: simple for loop, enhanced for loop, while loop, iterator, list iterator, iterable, and stream. So let's start. I have an IDE, Eclipse. You can use any of the IDE like STS, Visual Studio Code, or you can directly write a code in Notepad. So let's begin. I'm creating a project called sample project with Java 8. Then I'll create a package called io.javalabs, and then let's create a class list iteration and add a method, main method inside this class, and we'll declare a list of string which contains list of car companies, and we will instantiate this list interface with new array list using new operator. Now we'll import list interface from java.util package. Then we'll add some list of car companies using the add method of the array list. Okay, so I'll add about 5 entries in a list. Let's name the car companies like BMW, Audi, Tata, Honda, Mercedes, and Kia. Okay, so let's begin with a simple for loop using the syntax for initializing a temporary variable I. I'll use inbuilt method of the car company list of get size for getting size of the list, then post increment operator to iterate a list. Then I'll print this list using system.out.println, and I'll use the get method of the list to get the index value of I. Okay, so let's save it, run this program. Right click, go to run as Java run application. So we can see we have iterated a list of car companies using simple for loop method. So moving forward to the PPT, and the next type of iteration is enhanced for loop. So enhanced for loop is very easy to implement for iterating list or array. So here we'll create a temporary variable car company. We'll write with a colon car company list, and in the block we will print the car company variable. So basically we are taking every element to the car company variable and printing that variable. Let's save. Let's comment to the for loop conditions and rerun the program. Yes, we can see we can iterate using for enhance for loop, or we can say for each loop to iterate a list. Moving ahead with the next type of iterator in a PPT, while loop. The syntax of while loop will be while keyword with the boolean expression, and the boolean expression can be a condition or one or true or non-zero, any non-zero value. So let's implement it. Let me comment the enhance for loop first. For implementing while loop, I'll create a variable index and initialize that index value with 0 using while with the condition index should always lesser than size of car company list. So I'll fetch the size using size method of the list, and I'll print the element of the car company list using get method and providing index in the parameter. Now I'll increment index by 1 inside the loop, and that's it. I save the project and I rerun the Java file. We can see I can able to iterate list using while loop as well. So moving ahead with the next type, iterator. Iterator is an interface which belongs to collection framework. It allows us to traverse a collection, access the data element of the collection and removing the data elements from the collection. The package for iterator is java.util. It iterates over the elements of the list in a proper sequence. So let's implement it. Let me comment the while loop code. So in order to implement iterator, we have to create an instance variable of iterator of type string, as we are iterating a list of string iterator. We have a method in a list called iterator which returns iterator. Using the while loop, we can iterate a iterator. We have a method called hasNext which returns boolean and tells whether the next element of iterator is null or not. Inside the block, we'll print iterator dot element using iterator dot next. Let's save and run the project. So we can see we can able to iterate a list using iterator interface. Moving ahead with the next type of iterator is the list iterator. List iterator is the interface which belongs to the collection framework. It allows us to traverse in the both direction, access the data and removes data elements from the collection. Its packages java.util. The basic difference between iterator and list iterator is that list iterator can access elements in both direction, while iterator can access only in a forward direction. So let's implement list iterator. So in order to implement list iterator, I need to create an instance variable of list iterator of type string, as we are iterating list of string. We have a method in a list called list iterator which returns list iterator. Using the while loop, we can implement the list iterator. We have a method dot hasNext similar to the iterator, and we will print the list iterator dot next to print an element of the list iterator. Let's save it and run the project. So we can see we can also iterate list using list iterator. So moving ahead with the next type is iterable. Iterable is an interface represents a collection of objects which can be iterated. That means a class that implements this iterable interface can can iterate its elements. So one of the ways to iterate a collection of objects using iterable is using a method called for each. We can see the syntax of for each method and we can implement it. Let me comment this list iterator code, and we have the list called car company list which implements the iterable interface. So we will have for each method inside this list. and we will print this list using system.out.println. This is called the method referencing. This functionality is available from Java 8 and above versions. So let's print. So we can see we can iterate using iterable interface as well. Moving forward with the next type of iterator. Iterate using stream. Stream API is used to process collection of objects. So there are, as it is a API, so there are several methods in the stream API. So one of the method is for each method. It is used to iterate every element of the stream. So to use this method, collection object should be converted into stream object first. So let's implement this. So let me comment the existing code, and in order to implement a stream API, we have a method called list.stream. This method is available only after Java 1.8 and above. So after getting a stream of the list, we can use for each method of the stream API and print the stream of object, collection of object. So as I have told earlier, this is method referencing and the stream method, which is available in Java 1.8 and above. Let's save the project and run the project. So yes, so I have used print instead of println. That's why it is giving me in the stream. Let's rerun the project. Yes, we can see it is printing the list of collection. In addition, we do have a parallel stream in the stream API. So basically, uh, to implement this parallel stream, we have a method parallel stream, and we have a same method for each in parallel stream method. So basically, for each method is the terminal method of the stream API. Println, and I'll run the project again. Let me comment it and rerun this project. So we can see we can also run using parallel stream. So basically, difference between parallel stream and the stream is parallel stream is using all the cores of the CPU, while stream is using only one core of the CPU. That's why uh, the parallel stream is more faster than stream. As we have covered all the listed ways to iterate a list, so thank you for the watching this tutorial. Subscribe the channel, hit the like button, provide your comments in the comment section, and share this video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.